That wasn't quite the behavior I was looking for. Hi, Kat here with Standing Stone Kennels, and this is our new little puppy Zephyr from the Breezy Walker litter. If you guys have subscribed to our channel and have been following along with the Breezy Walker puppy development series, you know this guy as Tornado. So we actually kept him from their litter. He is just over 9 weeks old now, and we have been doing clicker training because, like we say, clicker training can start at 8 weeks old, and that's what we've been doing. So we've charged the clicker, we've been working on the sit behavior, and now I want to show the power of free shaping and having him learn how to get on a dog bed without having to lure him or lead him or anything like that. These puppies have been crazy food motivated from basically before they went home. He loves to eat, and I would expect that he's going to be almost frantic in a sense and not super able to focus at the beginning of this session. That's kind of been his MO when we started. He'll probably jump at me quite a bit, and I'm going to ignore most of that and only reward him when all of his feet are on the ground, get him a few kibbles into his system. We're just using his meal right now for training, and then we will be able to transition to hopefully a little more focus, and then we can start marking and free shaping the behavior that I'm going to be looking for, which is getting on his dog bed. So I'm going to put him down on the ground, but before I do that, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, which is going to be my boot. Everybody's gonna be like, whoa, what's going on? That looks crazy. Are you a cyborg? What's going on? Well, no, I'm not a cyborg. And what's been going on is I've been dealing with plantar fasciitis for a little over 2.5 years. Tried multiple things, have been wearing this boot before actually, but now I've had surgery and we're gonna have to leave it in the boot for a little bit. So that's what's going on here. So we've got a lot of focus. And like I said, we've been working on sitting, and Zephyr's been rewarded for sitting a lot. So gonna get a few little handfuls of kibble into his tummy so that he can think about something other than the fact that he's hungry and ready to work. So I'm gonna get him to move his feet, sit, and then go ahead and reward him for that. Now, he's gotten 2 pretty big handfuls in his tummy, and I'm gonna give him 1 more. Sit. And we're extending that duration of the sit as well. So I'm going to pull my dog bed out here so it's more in the middle of the room so that this is something that he may hop up on all on his own. So for a while, and this may take a little bit of time to get him to go onto the dog bed on his own without luring him, without targeting him, anything like that. And I want to show the power of free shaping. We talk about free shaping in a lot of our videos, and he's going to be very focused on me and sitting, and then he may start jumping at me because he wants to eat. He wants to get rewarded, and he's trying to figure out how that's going to happen. In the past, he's been rewarded for sitting, like he's doing now, doing it super well, so cute, so focused, but I'm not going to reward him for that anymore because ultimately I want him to get on the dog bed. So the way that free shaping works, and you can think of it kind of as a mixture of Marco Polo and hot and cold. So if he does anything that gets him closer to my end goal of getting on the dog bed, I can mark that in small steps. So even if he just goes up and sniffs the dog bed or walks towards the dog bed or puts 1 paw on the dog bed, those are all things and stages that I can mark, showing him that what he's doing is right and he's going to think for himself and figure out how he can get rewarded. So he's still super focused on me, also now climbing up on me. So obviously the clicker is charged. You saw that attention, immediate response. As soon as he heard that click, he turned to me for a reward just from sniffing the dog bed. Now that I've got his focus though, we're back to, oh, maybe I can get rewarded for sitting. So I'm just gonna ignore him for a little while. This may seem to you that it will take forever for him to get on the dog bed and for me to reward that, and it would just be easier for me to lure him on there or target him on there or just even put him on the dog bed. But ultimately, dogs that figure things out and learn to work for themselves and get reinforced for something that was their own idea is going to be even more powerful, and they're going to have a much stronger understanding of that behavior in the long run. His little butt's headed towards the dog bed. So it really didn't take too long for him to lose a little bit of focus with me and move around and put a paw on that dog bed. So let's see how far he's going to get on that dog bed before I mark it again. So he realized, put a paw on the dog bed last time, and he got a reward. Now I'm going to hold out. If he puts a paw on the dog bed and hops off like it looked like he was getting ready to do, he's not going to get a mark or a reward for that, so that he can advance by getting more feet and further onto that dog bed. Doing these sessions in a very controlled and low distraction environment is also important, because if he has a million things to explore and toys to play with, keeping his focus on a specific area and the dog bed, which I'm very interested in him getting on, would be more difficult. So, dropped one. All the way on his dog bed that time, which was great. It looks like we're going to potentially have a little creeper friend joining our training session. We'll see. Legend is supposed to be over on his own dog bed. And he's back on it. So I put him over in the living room on a dog bed so that he would not be a distraction to Zephyr, but also getting some out time. So timing is really important with free shaping, as it is in all dog training. So I need to mark the exact moment that he's getting all the way on the bed, not when he's starting to come off the bed, not when he's been on the bed for a while, so that he understands what he's getting rewarded for is the actual behavior of getting on the bed. We're seeing an increased amount of that behavior that we're looking for, of him getting on the bed more readily. Now he's still on the dog bed, which is great, but that clicker not only marks the behavior, but it ends the behavior. And I also want to be actually marking him doing the behavior of getting on the dog bed, not just staying there. So I can move my feet a little bit, which usually helps them reset their feet and get off the dog bed. So I can, again, have an opportunity to mark the behavior of him getting on the bed. That wasn't quite the behavior I was looking for. And kind of a couple feet on the bed, fell off the bed. I want to make it a little more black and white than that, since we've already seen him exhibit the behavior a little more clearly than he just did that last time. Zeph. So keep in mind, free shaping behaviors with little puppies, especially if there are some distractions like Vex and Legend, who are in the living room on dog beds. We kept his focus for a really long time, and we got quite a few reps of him exhibiting the behavior of getting on the dog bed himself without me asking, without me luring, without me putting him on the bed, which again, anytime that it's his own idea and he learns this behavior himself, it's going to just become that much more ingrained and be that much more powerful of a behavior. So this session is done with the distraction of him getting pulled over to the other dogs. I'm not going to be able to pull his focus back to this training session, which is okay. I am going to give him the rest of his meal. I might ask for a behavior that he already knows, like sit, and feed him the rest of his meal, and then come back to his next training session this evening and work on a little more free shaping with his dog bed. We haven't worked on any kennel training, place training yet, other than just giving him some treats and dog bones and chews on his bed, as well as he likes to hang out with the other dogs when they're hanging out on their beds, which allows us to help condition that behavior of, hey, this is a good place to hang out, so it's a comfortable place to be. Let me grab a food bowl real quick. You can just stay looking at that dog bed. Now, hopefully we won't have any friends from the living room joining us for our jackpot. So I'm going to just set it down on the ground. I'm going to ask him to sit, and then I'm going to give him his jackpot. So I'm going to ask him to sit, and then he gets to eat the rest of his meal. And he loves to eat. This little puppy is probably one of the fastest eaters we've had in a long time, which will probably lead us to another video that we're going to be shooting very soon. So if you don't subscribe, make sure you do so you don't miss that video on how to slow a fast dog down when they eat. I'm Kat the dog trainer. This little guy is Zephyr. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.